Good evening, my friends. This is a quick video. Well, it might not be that quick. On how to save favorites using your Fire Stick remote. And a lot of people have been asking me every day, how do you save favorites on my IPTV with a Fire Stick remote? Well, I'm going to show you how to do it. You can use a normal Android keyboard with the USB dongle. You just buy a little adapter, and I use it every day instead of using this, just because it's easier to program Fire Sticks with a keyboard. Even though these Fire Stick remotes are very decent. They're better than Android remotes. But let's get on with it. The question is, how do you save favorites on STB emulator on your IPTV? Well, I'm going to do a demonstration, but I'm not playing any live TV. But it's the exact same premise. I don't need to play live TV to save favorites. So let's open up IPTV on your Fire Stick remote. On your Fire Stick remote, you have a menu button. It's the top button. It's got 3 lines on it right there. And that's going to take you into the settings. So before you can start saving favorites in all these categories, like United States or whatever, you need to set your remote up in order to save favorites. We'll take a quick look on the guide. If you look at the bottom, yellow button means favorite and green means sort. So there's 2 keys on the remote we're going to use. The fast forward button and the rewind button. Sorry about the blurriness. Fast forward and rewind. The fast forward is going to be favorites. So we're going to use the fast forward button to be our favorite button. And the rewind button is going to be our sort button, which lets us get to our favorites. So let's hit our menu button on the top right, the 3 lines. This menu opens. We're going to hit settings. We're going to go to settings. Let's go to configure key maps. And I already have them saved as a I forgot to erase them for you. So I'm going to erase them right now by long pressing on the key, and we're going to remove it. Alrighty, so let's start from scratch. You hit settings, you come into here, you hit configure key maps, and now we want to make our remote act as a yellow button and a green button. Add key. We're going to hit add key, not show default. There's add key, and we're going to choose our fast forward button. There it is. So that's the button we're using. We're going to choose action not selected, and we're going to look for yellow button. It's a piece of cake. You do it once and you'll be fine. We're going to choose yellow button. Now we're going to choose long press and hit save key. Now we're going to hit add key again, and we're going to choose rewind button, and we're going to choose action not selected, and we're going to look for green button. Now it's the green button. We're going to hit long press and save key. Now you can see your fast forward button is now going to be yellow, which means you're going to hit that to save favorites. The green button is going to be your sort button, which is the rewind. And that'll let you change it so you can use favorites. So I'm going to arrow return over here. And we're going to go back and go back. Now we're on our channels. So you want to save favorites in each category because it's IPTV's categorized. Or you can have it on all, which you will need to do that later. But let's just go through a couple channels. And we're going to hit fast forward and long press it for 2 seconds. And there's a yellow star and there's a favorite. So I'm not going to go through every 100-something channels. Long press, fast forward button, which is yellow. And now that's just an idea to save your favorites. So let's go back to the left. And we'll go to your next category. All your favorites in this channel, in this category. Long press, fast forward. Long press, fast forward. Good. You get through a couple hundred of them of all your favorites. Now you go back to the left and you go through each category so you can find all your favorites in every category. So I'm just doing a sample. Fast forward, long press. Fast forward, long press. Okay, now in theory, you've done all your favorites. Now how do you get to them? Well, what you're going to do is now that you have every category in your favorites, you have to choose all categories so that they're all there. For example, if you use United States and you say, well, let me use my favorites, it's only going to give you your favorites in the United States. So you probably want all your favorites. So I'm going to go back to the left. Let's put it on all. And now it's on all channels. And you're simply going to long press your rewind button. And up comes a category, a little pop-up box. You're going to choose only favorites. And now it's going to list all your favorites from every category combined. And that's the end of it. And now you have all your favorites. When it's time to watch other TV, you have to long press, rewind, bring this menu up and change it back, or you'll never get back to your TV. You'll stay on favorites. And if you come back here and say you put it on Canada English, and then you hit long press your rewind button for your green, and you hit only favorites, then you only get your favorites in the category you're in. That's why I say go to all, and now it has all your favorites. Very simple, quick tutorial, awesome IPTV, and just don't forget to take it off of favorites or you'll be stuck in favorites. So I'm gonna long press rewind, which is green, go back to number, and you're off and rolling. Okay guys, any questions, you can leave me a question on down below. Have a good night guys. I'm gonna hit my menu button, the 3 lines, right up top. And this is how you exit live TV or whatever you're doing on STB emulator. This is a proper way to do it. And you go back home. Have a good night, everybody.